That's the great thing about this, is like you can just do like it over and over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey Galway, we at STV would like to thank all of you who watched our very first news bulletin, which aired a fortnight ago. For those of you who didn't watch it, we know who you are, we will find you, and we will deal with you. Now, onto our first news story. NUIG Students' Union have voted in favour of a new constitution for USI. The Vice President of USI, Colin Murphy, has said that the new constitution offers more accountability for the union. One of the more controversial measures in the constitution will allow for an increased salary for officers who are elected for a second or third term. NUIG Students' Union President Emmett Connolly expressed concern about this, saying that this could encourage people to run for multiple terms on a promised increased salary, if nothing else. A motion of censure was passed against SU officers Will O'Brien and Senan McKay. The motion was in relation to their conduct at an SU council meeting on January the 16th, in which they were deemed to have been disrespectful towards SU council chairperson Claire McCallion. Both were unavailable for comment. Sorry, 1 second. Yep. They don't like the water bottle. Okay, sure, no problem. Yeah, will do. Apparently they don't like our water bottle, so I've replaced it with this bottle of scotch, which probably is more appropriate for student television, wouldn't you think? On to our next story. After 4 heats in which 20 bands competed, Gearbox won the 2012 Witless Battle of the Bands final in the college bar on Tuesday night. The bands beat off competition from Conor Ward, Skyboy, The Rusty Fixtures, and Anomaly. Bridgie Nivildoni spoke with Gearbox frontman Alan Callery following the result.
What do you want to say to all the people that voted for you today?
Thank you all so much. I mean, it's just phenomenal the amount of bloody support we got. It's just unbelievable. I am so bloody happy right now. And each one of my band members, my fucking mates here are happy about it. You guys are brilliant. You guys were brilliant. And you know what? If you never voted for us, you're a fucking brilliant crowd. I don't give a crap.
Speculation continues to mount as to who will be running in the 2012 NUIG Student Union elections. Potential candidates are reminded that nominations will open on February the 23rd. On Monday, we will be launching our coverage of the elections with an information video on all you need to know about the elections. SU Welfare Officer Brian Grant will be competing in the Irish Cancer Society's Big Heart Fight Challenge on March 16th in the Radisson Blu Hotel. Brian is currently in the middle of an 8-week training schedule ahead of his bout with Connor Glynn from GMIT. And if Brian is feeling a little bit banged up after his fight, he could do worse than take some treatment from Slainte Soc. They recently held a teddy bear hospital for primary school students from Galway City to give them an idea of what to expect from a trip to the doctors. And now on to market news. Oh yes, we have market news. NUIG BizSoc have recently launched a fantasy stock exchange where students can compete on the market with none of the risk. There was a shock when fee activist and socialist Joe Loughnana was at the top of the leaderboard at the end of last week. We spoke to BizSoc for some advice on what to trade on.
If I had to pick one kind of banker for the remainder of the 3 weeks, it'd have to be Apple. It's constantly nearly on an upward slope for the last 3 or 4 months. You can't go on with your big American blue chips like Apple, General Electric as well. From day to day it's volatile, but on the whole, moving averages that it is going up. I'd stay away from your Amazons, them kind of tech stocks, and retail ones as well, Ruby Tuesday, Macy's, that kind of stuff. It's done well in January, but at the moment it's not doing well, and the market isn't confident in it.
Yes? No. Buy. You fool. Anyway, there's a prize of €300 for the winner, and if you want to take your chances, see below in the description box for further details. And that's all for this week. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and the details are at the bottom of your screen. I'm Conor Lane.